What's up, y'all? I am Ball Hopper at your service. Today, we're gonna throw the tennis racket that way, and we're gonna do a simpler game today. We're gonna play a little catch. All right? First, you gotta get a feel before you even let go of the ball. You gotta get a feel. Where's it going when I let it go? Where's it going when it comes back? Am I gonna catch it? Good. Now I'm gonna catch it with the other hand. That's good. Now, I'm going to throw it with the other hand. Butterfingers. Well, it was my right hand, you know, which is okay. My allegedly dominant arm is actually my right, so fitting that it would be the first to bobble the ball today. Overconfidence, perhaps. Now, this drill is just something you don't even need a tennis racket for. You need a wall and you need a bouncy ball. You know, aren't all balls bouncy? Well, no, think bowling ball, marginally bouncy. Baseball, not terribly bouncy. As we get really good at this, we might try it with a golf ball. That's for like real ping pong reflexes that you want to develop, and you know, the reflex to duck when it's coming back at you right in your face too quickly. So I've talked about it. Blah 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 about it. Now I'm here actually doing it. I've talked before about how the serve in tennis is very, very, very akin, if not basically the same motion as pitching in baseball. And I realized, whoop, if I'm going to learn to serve, and I won't say particularly with my less dominant arm and hand, whichever that one is, all I really need to do, you know, to learn to serve, period, to learn to serve, I need to learn to throw with the racket. So here I'm practicing something we don't usually practice, which is learning to throw with, in my case, the left arm. In my case, the one which has historically been considered my less dominant arm, but I'm on a kind of mission here to prove to myself, if to nobody else, that neither arm is dominant. Either arm is equally capable, and the two can be used in brilliant conjunction. With a little practice. A lot of repetition. And some focus. Don't forget focus. I can't do a ball hopper clip without talking about focus. 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 I have to say, for me, the motion of throwing with my left arm, even after all the tennis and serving that I've done, it's still unnatural. I'm still working my body into it. But to just come out, spend 15 minutes, this is the drill for the day. And it might be trickier than you would think. It's throwing a ball against the wall and catching it. Okay. Well, if it's too simple for you with your whichever arm you've traditionally gone with, try it with the other one. And do it until you can get fluent at it. That's the whole idea. You get fluent at this, you're getting fluent at the serve. Be it with your left arm or your right arm. And I say take your time. I've got to learn how to throw. And I won't say particularly with my left arm. I will say with both. And when one learns, the other learns. I promise you that. When your left hand learns how to do something, your right hand learns how to do the same thing better and more effectively than it ever could before. See? Sometimes in order to find the natural motion of a thing, you end up doing some pretty unnatural motions at first. And then you find the one that's like, oh, I know that's right, even if it doesn't feel right. Like, it was a revelation for me. I took tennis lessons for years. I was in expensive tennis clinics. I played with people who had played professionally. And actually, it was one of those people, a fellow named, well, Pierre, I believe was his name. Played professionally in France, and he was the first person to actually pull me aside and say, and this is after 15 years of tennis lessons and clinics and playing, and I was serving with a forehand grip, which probably got a name, when I should have been serving with the backhand grip, okay? I don't want to call it by the wrong name because that'll just confuse things, but there's your forehand grip, there's your backhand grip, and the dude said, hey, you're serving with a forehand grip, and he didn't say you got to do this, he didn't say this is how it's done, he said most people do it this way, and it changes everything, okay? From the flat pancake sort of out of control swat to some comprehensive motion of the entire body around like a perfect mechanism and in perfect harmony with physics. And it feels awkward as fuck. And it took me 2 years to become comfortable learning to serve with what felt very uncomfortable, but which was obviously correct. And you could tell when you did it right. Oh yeah, that's the way. And thank you to Pierre for finally telling me about that. Thank you all those other tennis coaches and expensive tennis clinics that never even bothered to tell people about their grip and that it makes a difference. Boy, they just let me go out there and look fucking retarded, but it's okay. So another thing that feels awkward if you've been or identified as right-handed, it's gonna feel fucking awkward to serve with your left hand. It's gonna feel fucking awkward, okay? But presumably you already know about the grip. It's gonna feel less and less awkward every time you go out and do it until it starts to feel dang right, and until it feels like wow, today I actually feel more comfortable serving with my left than I do with my right. Where does that leave my right hand? Does that make it the one that is left? Well, you got two right hands, you know, and then right, left, it all goes out the window. Then you're just ambidextrous, okay? Fluid, like in a well-balanced, well-rounded, like all-encompassing sort of way. Anyway, back to the basics. I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. I'm practicing. I'm learning how to communicate with my body as my body communicates with the world around me, and learns ways of doing things. Well, are fucking awesome. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. Ciao for now. Oi! Ball hopper.